everybody. Welcome to today's episode of 5 Minute PD. I have Jonathan Stewart and Emma Moss with me today. They're both the leads for our AI team in instructional supports. And today we're going to be talking about how we can use AI to amplify or enhance our instruction with regards to our multilingual learners. So, welcome, Jonathan and Emma. So my first question is basically, what are some best practices teachers and educators can use when integrating AI tools into their instruction to support their multilingual learners?
The first thing I think about is I think sometimes when our teachers look at integrating, they think, oh, I can just straight translate everything, which is not the best practice. We don't want you doing that. Want to make sure that you're using the tool purposely. And so I think that one of the ways I've seen teachers use it is they've actually programmed into their AI to look for cognates. So those words that are similar between the English language and the student's home language so that they can start helping them build that vocabulary.
I think another great way to use AI with is that you are able to then manipulate your text in a way that will help with the language acquisition that you want your students to have. So you can shorten passages, you can level the text so it's closer to their reading level. You can provide summaries. A good way to use translation would be, hey, I will have a summary of a reading passage. I'm going to provide it in the student's native language, but also in English. So they have a side by side comparison. And that way they can build on their language skills they already have. These are the things that you would love to do, but you don't really have time to do as a teacher. This is where AI can help. And you can also use it to help build visuals that you can do with engineering texts or building signs or building those scaffolds that way too.
I think you hit on a great point there is that we really want that using AI to be a scaffold for our students and doing the things that teachers are like, I don't have time to do this. I know when I was an educator, I was always like, I know how to do this. It's just finding the space to be able to do that. And AI can
Right.
do that much faster.
And also experiment with things because one thing is you take the time to do something and it only works so. With AI, because you can develop things at a warp speed, then you can try something and then tweak it where you wouldn't have time to do that in another setting.
Are there any AI platforms that you would recommend if I had not used it before and I wanted to use it to help kind of to do some of the things you're talking about right now?
In terms of entry level, Magic School has some great pre-built tools for educators. Yes, here's Magic. But it has things like that text leveler with the instructions already built in. So you don't have to worry about things like, how do I program this AI to do this? It has things also like working with students in terms of vocabulary from a lesson or summarizing. Like if you had students on it, it has a summarizer tool built in. And so, again, in terms of saving time and jumping straight into AI, that tool is a great way to start and education specific.
Another one I would look at for any content you have is called Diffit. What's great about it is that it does help with the translation, but it also has some pre-built checks. When you develop a resource, then you can easily shorten it or say, I want something longer. It pulls out the vocabulary for you. So then you can, and it has student resources so you can help give differentiated resources to help build the vocabulary, which is what a lot of our ML students need.
Okay, quick question. I've never used AI. 3 tips for getting started and using AI with my ML learners.
First is just try it. I think that's the advice I've had ever since I've started working with AI is just dig in and play with it because I think that's how you're going to get a feel for what types of things it can do and it can't do. It's a tool. Tools are never perfect and AI is no exception, even the tools that we've talked about.
I would say the second thing is explore multiple tools. Don't just stick with one because the AI is trained differently depending on which model. Divot does a different thing than Magic School does. Then it does a different thing than like a chat GPT. And looking at those and exploring those different options will help you not only to understand what's out there, but be able to choose the tool that's going to best fit your space.
And I think the third piece of advice that I would give is make sure you understand that you're never going to take exactly what it gives you right away. I always considered what I get out of an AI. I've learned that it's a great first draft. And then you as the professional, as the teacher, as the expert are going to go in edit, adjust, make shifts. Now, they may be little and small. And again, you still are saving a ton of time, but understand that it's never going to give you the final thing. The final thing always resides with you as the teacher.
At the end of the day, you're the educator and you're going to be doing the thinking. You just want AI doing some of that doing for you to help do those tasks faster so that you can help provide accessible learning and equitable learning for your students.
Exactly.
Love it. If I wanted to learn more about how to use AI to support my multilingual learners, where can I get more resources?
Well, we do have a course on AI for ML learners, so that might be a great place to start. If you go to www.canyonsdistrict.org/AI, I know a tough website to remember, that's where we have more resources more generally on AI, and we have links to our courses. And we do have a course that started in September on using AI with ML learners. It's a mini series, so it's 4 sessions, and we're up to about session 3 right now. So it'd be a great time to jump in. It's available through the end of the school year.
Awesome. I will link the resources you guys mentioned in the one pager that'll accompany this 5-minute PD. And just want to say thanks, Jonathan and Emma, for your time today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.